welcome to In the Air. I am flying to Seattle from Portland, Oregon on one of Alaska's A320s. I can't wait to fly on this. I've been wanting to fly one of the Airbuses via Alaska for a while now. My last flight with them had gotten canceled, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. Let's see how it goes. Well, let me first start off by saying I had a very short layover here in Portland, so yes, I was a bit winded in my intro. When I fly from Dallas to Seattle, I don't usually stop in Portland first, but I decided to do so this time so that I could fly with Jake and Tim. Of course, if you saw our last video, you saw an amazing livery with the Spirit of the Islands plane with Alaska, which totally made the stop worth it. If you've enjoyed any of our previous videos and would like to continue seeing more of our content, please give a like below and consider subscribing to our channel. Ringing the bell will notify you when we upload a new video. I was very excited to see which interior I would get. Would it be the old Virgin America interior or the new Alaska interior? I know some aviation enthusiasts were bummed to hear that Alaska was going to get new interiors, but this is a gorgeous new interior. I sat in the first row behind first class. There's universal power as well as USB to keep your devices charging while in flight. The legroom was most impressive. Alaska also gave a little storage pocket to the window passenger. I put my water bottle in to test its size. Pretty good. I especially like the new seat back pocket. It expands quite a lot, really. Alaska kept the adjustable headrests. These new seats have quite a bit of padding. Very comfortable. These Airbuses now have Alaska's blue mood lighting. Pretty standard overhead controls. Alaska has one of my favorite liveries, so I really enjoy flying in the Northwest to get to see so many of their aircraft. This was an amazing day to fly. The weather was just perfect. I also like seeing some different aircraft like this Q400. Jake and Tim fly these often, and I get to fly them a couple of times a year as well. My favorite regional jet, an Embraer E175 landing. Enjoy the awesome views. The Columbia River was busy today. A lot of folks out on the water taking advantage of the incredible weather. If you travel to or from the Pacific Northwest often, you know perfectly clear days like this are quite rare. The only bad part of this flight was it was way too short. We took off heading west. Almost immediately, we were greeted with views of the Cascade Mountains. First was Mount Hood, just east of Portland. Then Mount Adams in the distance. Mount St. Helens is certainly one of the better known mountains in the United States. When it erupted on May 18, 1980, it was the most destructive volcanic event in our nation's history. And, of course, the iconic Mount Rainier. This amazing mountain is visible in most parts of the Puget Sound. I used to live not too far from this amazing mountain, and seeing it from the air is probably my favorite part of flying into Seattle. I don't normally get a shot like this of SeaTac. I usually approach from the east, but this was very picturesque. I like it. The Seattle skyline is really a thing of beauty. Getting to see it from the distance from the west really had me in awe. The Port of Seattle, stadiums, waterfront, the ever-growing downtown with its constant development, and of course, the Space Needle. Moments like this really show how much God loves us. Psalm 19:1 reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands." Indeed, the skies do. There's no doubt about that. The final approach into SeaTac brings you almost directly over downtown Seattle. Close-up views of the Space Needle and Key Arena.
Alaska recently announced a partnership with the new National Hockey League team coming to Seattle in 2021. The main entrance to the new arena at Seattle Center will be named the Alaska Airlines Atrium. Can't wait to see the finished product. As you can tell, if this is the first video of ours you've checked out, I'm a big sports fan. CenturyLink Field and T-Mobile Park, where the Seahawks and Mariners play, are amazing venues. If you're a sports fan at all, you've got to add them to your bucket list. I promise you won't be disappointed. Another great flight with Alaska, albeit very short. I wished I could have asked the captain to just fly us around the Puget Sound for a little bit. Not only for the great views, but to also experience the usually very good service Alaska provides. The only quick interaction I got to have with our flight attendant was upon boarding the aircraft. I was wearing, as I usually do when I fly, one of my aviation t-shirts. Side note, drop a comment below if you'd be interested in purchasing an In the Air t-shirt. Anyway, back on track. The flight attendant loved my shirt, and when I told her I was excited about the new interior, she said, "Welcome to the disco." I chuckled, audibly, like legitimately laughed out loud. The taxi to the gate lasted almost as long as the flight, no joke. One thing not so great about flying to Seattle. It's a pretty congested airport, and often taxiing can take some time. This is certainly not the airline's fault though. I hope you enjoyed this video. We have a lot more content to come, so stay tuned. Give us a follow on Instagram. We use the story function a lot on the days we travel, so come follow along and get the inside track of what's to come to the channel.
Alright, I made it to Seattle. It was a quick flight, 25 minutes total. Didn't even have time to use the restroom. Beautiful interior, it was a wonderful flight, and I can't wait for the next one. Until next time, see you in the air.